In this video, we will learn what is a multi-layer EXR file, what is a channel, a layer, and how to use them. So before going any further and start adjusting my comp, we need to make a quick stop and talk about an important thing in Nuke, the channels and the layers. So let's start by talking about the channels. So there are several ones, and the three main ones you probably may know about. It's the red, the green, and the blue channels that compose the color of the image. We can access them by this little menu here, red, green, and blue, or by using the shortcut of the keyboard R for red, G for green, and B for blue. You say R. Isn't that shortcut as well to create a read node? Well, this is another thing to know in Nuke. Shortcuts are panel dependent. If I use the shortcut R while I'm on the viewer, I will toggle the red channel. However, if I'm using the same shortcut, the shortcut R, while I'm on the node graph with my mouse, I will create a read node. So it's important to pay attention to where is your mouse while using a shortcut in Nuke. Okay, back to the channels. Those three channels are grouped together in a layer, and this layer here is called RGB. Okay, let me represent that for you. No need to do anything on your own, just watch. Okay, we do have three channels. Red, green, and blue. Okay. And those three channels are grouped into a layer called RGB or whatever, but it's called a layer. And a layer can have three channels, but it can have as well a little bit more. And most of the time here, you will see that the layer have as well another channel called the alpha channel. For example, here, if you look at that read node, you can see that there is red, green, and blue, and that white square here represents the alpha channel. So what is the alpha channel? Well, I will connect my viewer to it, and I will come here to see alpha, and I will toggle on and off with the shortcut A. And the alpha channel represents the transparency of a layer. So white means opaque and black means transparent. So for example, if I were to merge the earth with the sky here, as you can see, the earth is solid here, and where it was black in our alpha channel, the stars are coming through. If I were to modify the alpha channel of the earth here, you will see that the earth will become more or less transparent. Okay, so here in my layer, I can add another channel called alpha. And so this layer will be basically our image file. So most of the image files have only one layer. For example, a JPEG file will only have one layer with the red, green, and blue channels. A PNG file will have only one layer as well, but will be able to carry as well the alpha channel. So red, green, and blue, and alpha. But here in Nuke, and in this particular case, which is the case in most of the production of visual effects and animation, we are using EXR files. And the powerful thing with EXR files is that they can carry multiple layers. When you look at your node, we have the red, green, blue, and alpha channels, but as well, we have that little green square here. And this means that there is more than one layer in that read node. Okay, let's have a look how to see what there is in that layer. So first thing first, I will connect my viewer to the read node. And if I come here, up here, this is the layer menu. So this is a bit confusing because it's called here channels, but this is actually the layers you will have in your EXR file. And as you can see, we do have the RGBA, but we have as well emission, fill light, key light, rim light. For example, I can preview only the fill lights. Okay, I will go back to the RGBA for now. And now I will come here in the merge menu and I will select the layer contact sheet here. And I will connect the layer contact sheet to my read nodes and connect my viewer to it. And click on show layer node. And it seems that there is a little issue here, reload. Okay, perfect. For some reason, it was displaying a little bit some errors. And as you can see here, we don't have only one layer, but we have a total of 5 layers. We have the RGBA, which is the layer we usually have everywhere, but we do have as well the emission, the fill light, the key light, and the rim light. Oh, okay, so if we go back to our demonstration here, basically, in the case of an EXR file, we will be able to have multiple layers within the same image file. And whatever we will do in Nuke, whatever the amount of layer we have, it doesn't matter. What we always will work on our main comp is the RGBA channel. So we may have like many layers, but in order to use them, we are going to have to extract them and to take them from the layer to the RGBA layer. And so for doing that, it's very simple. We are going to go to, pardon, I just want to move that node around for now and make a little bit of space here. We are going to go to the channel menu, which is right here. And we are going to grab the shuffle. The shuffle node will allow us to shuffle a layer to the RGBA layer. So what I'm going to do here, I will come to the of my shuffle, the in one, and I will take the emission, for example. And by selecting that, it will select the emission layer and transfer it to the RGBA layer. You have to see how it works, like RGB from the emission layer going into the RGB of the RGBA layer. All right, if I plug my viewer to the shuffle, I will see only the emission layer of coming out of my ship. I will reproduce the operation. 1. And here now I will shuffle the fill light. If I plug my viewer, you can see we see only the fill light. And I will do it again for the other layers. And we do have here now the key light. Let's see if it works. Perfect. And another one, the rim light. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have extracted all those channels, all those layers, let's see in the next clip how to work with those shuffled layers. See you there.